If there's one thing that I hate doing, it's coming on here every Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how the show was last night, and depending on where my mood is when the show is over, if I even want to record in that moment. I hate coming on here and complaining about the same thing about SmackDown Live. Now, I wanted to record last night, but I actually used my better judgment, and I knew today we were probably going to be snowed in, and I needed something to do if indeed I was going to be snowed in, so I saved the review for this morning, so at least I have an hour and a half of my day consumed with giving you guys this review of SmackDown last night, instead of doing it last night and then waking up today with absolutely nothing to do. I look outside, there's not even any snow. They said we were supposed to get snow here in New York City, in the Bronx, around 4 a.m. Nothing ever happened. I woke up this morning around 10 o'clock. No snow on the ground. Nothing. So it looks like I'll be resuming my usual activities during the day. Errands, gym, whatever else might be awaiting me during the day. But I don't want to complain about SmackDown Live and become a broken record. We all know how the show is and what the show has become. The one thing I did notice last night watching this show, and I'm going to make a proposal to WWE right now. Why they're wasting their time, why they're wasting our time with this pay-per-view on Sunday. This unnecessary pay-per-view that we're getting on Sunday night. Look at what Monday Night Raw did on Monday. Look at what Monday Night Raw did on Monday. They are clearly full steam ahead with announcing matches, making matches, commencing feuds for WrestleMania. They're filling out their portion of the card for WrestleMania. What are we getting on SmackDown Live going into FASTLANE? Truly, think about that. What is WWE giving us on SmackDown going into WrestleMania? They're giving us a FASTLANE build that clearly they want to get over with ASAP. They don't care about anything that's going into FASTLANE. And you can just tell by the simple fact of them giving you the main event for FASTLANE last night in the main event of SmackDown minus John Cena. That's one indication, one glaring indication that WWE does not care about FASTLANE. If they're willing to give away the main event of that pay-per-view minus John Cena on a random go-home edition of SmackDown Live. Yet I'm supposed to care about what happens at FASTLANE now. This FASTLANE main event now becomes overly predictable. My stance has not changed. AJ Styles, in my opinion, is going to win the six-pack challenge at FASTLANE. I think Dolph Ziggler is the wild card and the only one that should even be considered a possible winner outside of AJ Styles, because I know how WWE operates. I know what they would do just to make sure that the match and the show comes off as unpredictable. But with all the little clues that WWE has dropped concerning Cena, and the clues that they dropped last night, even in Dolph Ziggler's promo, there's no doubt in my mind that we're still going to get AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, the mere idea of that match not happening, I mean, this company has to be absolutely fucking demented to not put that match on WrestleMania's card. WWE does not need FASTLANE. They don't care. We don't care. Nobody cares. Why is it even on the calendar? So I urge you, I make a proposal to you, WWE. Take FASTLANE off the calendar pay-per-view schedule. There's no reason for a pay-per-view to happen 3 weeks before WrestleMania. It's unnecessary. SmackDown Live is a complete other story. We all know what SmackDown Live has become. And it's clear that the writers and the people in charge of this show, just the little things that you pick up on, nobody cares about this show. Nobody cares about what this show has become. I don't know if they're waiting for something. I don't know, like I said already, if they're just waiting for Fastlane to be over. I don't know if they're waiting for a draft to switch things up and get new faces in there and just begin anew, hit the reset button. I don't know. But where SmackDown resides right now, there is not one ounce of care in this entire show. Not one. Not one. Giving away the Fastlane main event for free without John Cena. Lazily booking Rusev to lose at Fastlane against Shinsuke Nakamura. The hottest guy in your company. You're putting him in a match with the number one contender for the WWE Championship 3 weeks before he's got to fight the WWE Champion. Does anybody think that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to lose 3 weeks before WrestleMania? You would have to be as demented as the SmackDown Live creative team. What good is this going to do Rusev?
Oh, but JD, he's on pay-per-view. He's in a match with the artist.
Who gives a shit? If you're pushing Rusev in a match with Nakamura, then Rusev should be a strong, built character going into a big-time match like that. Rusev right now, no matter how the reaction he's getting, no matter how loud the reaction is that he's getting, I went to the Ring of Honor show at the Manhattan Center or at the Hammerstein Ballroom this past week. Fucking the whole arena chanting Rusev Day. The guy is over even on the independent scene. In a Ring of Honor show. Yet he's not being pushed on WWE television. Yet he's being pushed in a match with Nakamura just to get him on the pay-per-view card to lose. Instead of utilizing him and Aiden English, where they should have utilized them 2 months ago in the tag team title hunt. No, you just want to bury Aiden English and you want to bury Rusev in a match with Nakamura that will do nothing for Rusev Day. Nothing. Yet I'm the idiot. I'm the one who complains though, right? All these Twitter geeks and these Twitter goons and these degenerates that reside on Twitter and hang on every fucking word that I say, they have me blocked. Yet they still talk shit about me. Yet they still watch the show. Yet I'm blocked. I'm blocked on Twitter. Those are the people that see nothing but positivity and then they want to fucking cite what I say and say that I'm negative. Can anybody out there not disagree with what I'm saying? Come on, man. Rusev versus Nakamura is absolutely fucking worthless to everybody involved. I said the week prior that if you wanted to make Fastlane a pay-per-view that was like, wow, you know what? This is a pretty decent pay-per-view. Why didn't you book John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Fastlane? Can someone please tell me why that match was not booked instead of fucking Rusev versus Nakamura? This is a SmackDown Live match at best in its current state. Why didn't we get John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura? Why didn't John Cena come out and challenge Nakamura for his number one contendership instead of being put in a WWE Championship match by beating AJ Styles clean on SmackDown Live on free television? Why? Did AJ Styles need to lose? Was John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura not a big match for Fastlane? Did it not play into the John Cena agenda that he seems to be on right now for WrestleMania? Did it not fit the role of the John Cena storyline and his road to The Undertaker at WrestleMania? It certainly did to me. It certainly did to everybody else. Why is Rusev now against Nakamura? When it does nothing for Rusev. It makes Rusev look more like a loser. And it comes off as if you don't care what the people are saying. Rusev's going to be over in that match with Nakamura. And then when he loses, people will be like, WWE burying Rusev again. Rusev has been buried well before this match with Nakamura. This is just the icing on top of the cake that WWE will just not listen to us. This is a waste of everybody's time. WWE Creative on SmackDown Live gave us 6 months of one of the worst title reigns in the creation of this industry with Jinder Mahal. WWE, for 4 of those 6 months, gave us matches with Randy Orton that have stood the test of time as being some of the worst matches you will ever see on any wrestling program ever. Ever. In what fucking sick and twisted way does WWE think that after what we seen last year with Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton, would we want to see Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton again in 2018?
Oh, but JD, this is for the U.S. title.
I don't give a shit if they were fighting over a fucking lump of shit. I don't care. This match does not need to happen ever again, anywhere, in any promotion, on any planet. Get Randy Orton away from Jinder Mahal. Get Jinder Mahal out of the WWE. Jinder Mahal, when you tag his name to anything concerning any wrestling on a show, whether it be Raw or SmackDown, Jinder Mahal's name automatically devalues everything that his name touches. He is awful. Awful. I listened to a podcast on Sam Roberts with Jinder Mahal. And he's 31 years old. He's in the prime of his life, right? 31 years old. He wants to hold the WWE Championship multiple times. He wants to hold the U.S. title, the tag team title, this title, the Universal title, right? He wants to hold all these titles. Does anybody ever see Jinder Mahal doing any of that, ever? Who is Jinder Mahal? Jinder Mahal has given us one of the worst title reigns of all time. Of all time. He is well behind the great Khali at a distant number 2. Nobody will ever be as worse as the great Khali. Nobody. But he is a distant number 2. Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. If you guys watched that match last night, I don't know why this match was booked A, but the ending made Bobby Roode look fucking stupid. It made Bobby Roode look like the dumbest fuck I have ever seen. We got the obligatory same thing. WWE gave it to us for 4 months. And they do it again. Sunil Singh thrown over the commentary table. That visual was given to you 4 months in a row. And WWE booked the same spot in the same match with the same competitors again. This time Bobby Roode sitting at commentary. So once the Singh brother gets thrown over the commentary table, Bobby Roode takes his robe off. He gets onto the apron and he stands there literally waiting for something to happen. He looks down, and instead of moving, knowing that something is coming his way and gonna knock him off the apron, which he's seen, he just stands there and takes a bump. Randy Orton bumps into him. Randy Orton then somehow finds his way into a Colossus, and Jinder Mahal beats Randy Orton. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm looking at this and I roll my eyes in the back of my fucking skull, and I'm like, I don't believe how stupid they made Bobby Roode look. I don't believe how far Bobby Roode has fallen off the WWE fucking ladder in my eyes, man. This guy was a legit fucking winner in NXT, and this guy is absolutely fucking worthless on SmackDown Live. This entire feud is fucking worthless. How could you book Bobby? How could you even envision Bobby Roode coming out of NXT, right? When we're thinking about Bobby Roode in NXT, we're thinking about all the matches that we could potentially see on SmackDown Live. You take the Bobby Roode from NXT and you put him in the ring with Randy Orton, that's a fucking damn good match, man. That's a match I was wanting to see. Now, you take this Bobby Roode that we're getting now in the ring with Randy Orton at Fastlane, nobody gives a flying fuck about Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, or the United States Championship. And the kicker on it, the fucking cherry on top of the cake, Jinder Mahal won here. He beat Randy Orton. He beat the number one contender for the U.S. title. What do you think is going to happen on Sunday? We're going to get Jinder Mahal added sometime during the week or on Sunday to make this match a triple threat match. I guarantee you. This show is absolutely fucking nauseating. Nauseating. Yeah, I'm really excited about Jinder Mahal in a three-way with Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. Like, he's going to make any difference in that match. Fuck out of here, man. The Women's Championship promo to open SmackDown Live. To open SmackDown Live. I don't know what they did here. I don't even know why they started the show off with this, because this has been one of the laziest fucking feuds I think I've ever seen. They opened the show with Ruby Riott and Charlotte in a debate. Right? Then all of a sudden, we got Ruby Riott explaining her case to Charlotte. Charlotte defending herself. You got the Riot Squad on the outside. All of a sudden, it looked like Charlotte was going to get beat down 3-on-1. Bobby Roode comes out as he's Charlotte's hubby, right? And he walks down the aisle as if he's going to protect Charlotte from the beatdown of the Riot Squad. And then all of a sudden, we go to commercial break. What happened with the engaging confrontation between Charlotte and the Riot Squad? Bobby Roode comes down the aisle. It's portrayed as if he's going to back up Charlotte. She's there smiling like a fucking little schoolgirl looking at her crush walk down fucking the hallway to homeroom. All of a sudden, we go to commercial break, and then the next minute you see the girls are gone. Bobby Roode's sitting at ringside, and we're getting a match with Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. Do you see the level of inconsistency? Do you see the lack of care on WWE Creative? How this came off television was absolutely fucking pathetic. It's lazy, it was sloppy, and it didn't make any sense. One minute we see the women engaging in confrontation, and then they go to commercial break, and then you don't see them for the rest of the fucking show. Yet I'm supposed to be fucking excited about Ruby Riott and Charlotte on SmackDown Live. And then that's what led to Bobby Roode looking like a fucking ass clown in the match with Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton. The best thing about this show, believe it or not, and I still won't care, the best thing about this show was Dolph Ziggler. Believe it or not, Dolph Ziggler was the best part of SmackDown Live. His promo was excellent against AJ Styles. I don't give a fuck about anything the guy's saying. I don't give a shit about one word the guy is spewing from his mouth. Why? Because you kept him off TV for 2 months. I'm supposed to care now about Dolph Ziggler? Whatever he said and the delivery and the execution of it was fantastic. But I'm going to raise questions now that you guys probably weren't thinking when watching SmackDown Live. This Fatal 5-Way opened up a lot of eyes. Opened up my eyes, especially watching SmackDown Live last night. I have a feeling that WWE is going to just drop the ball badly on a lot of these storylines. And it's going to leave a lot of people off of WrestleMania. Right now, we don't have any direct route for anybody on SmackDown Live to WrestleMania outside of Nakamura and AJ Styles. Maybe the Usos. Maybe the Usos with the Bludgeon Brothers. We really don't even know. But as far as anybody else on the roster, we have not a clue as to what they are doing at WrestleMania. And it's even more so now that I think that WWE is going to drop the ball because of what we've seen in this Fatal 5-Way, this FASTLANE main event given away for free last night on SmackDown Live. My opinion still stands on AJ and Nakamura. I think WWE would be the dumbest fucks on the planet if that match does not happen at WrestleMania. Dolph Ziggler is the only one in that match who stands a chance of winning the title. Why? Because of the way that WWE has portrayed him. And the fact that if Dolph Ziggler doesn't win the WWE Championship, he will be nowhere near the WWE Championship match going into WrestleMania. So if Dolph Ziggler doesn't win, and this is the reason why I say Dolph Ziggler is a dark horse in this match, more so than anybody else. If Dolph Ziggler doesn't win, what is he doing at WrestleMania? If Dolph Ziggler doesn't win the WWE Championship, Does he go back to the U.S. Championship? But then again, that wouldn't make sense either because Dolph Ziggler was already the U.S. champion in December. He willingly gave up the title to main event WrestleMania, according to WWE Storyline. He walked away for 2 months because he wanted something better. So now he's back and he's being put in a FASTLANE main event for the WWE Championship with an opportunity to main event WrestleMania against Shinsuke Nakamura. So if Dolph Ziggler doesn't win the WWE Championship at FASTLANE, he's going to go right back to the U.S. Championship title feud in a program fighting for a title that he already had, that he willingly gave up, that he never lost. Are you going to explain that one to me, why he gave up the U.S. title? Because you certainly didn't do it, or at least didn't do a good job when Dolph Ziggler explained himself a couple of weeks ago. I'm back because I want to main event WrestleMania. Well, fuck. Doesn't everybody? I want to main event WrestleMania. That's the same thing as me saying I want to main event WrestleMania. Why am I doing this review? Because I want to main event WrestleMania. Get the fuck out of here. That's the best you came up with? So again, I ask, if Ziggler doesn't win the WWE title at Fastlane, what the fuck is he doing at WrestleMania? John Cena certainly ain't winning the WWE Championship. In fact, my prediction is, to add to this Cena initiative, John Cena's going to take the pin at Fastlane. He beat AJ clean on SmackDown last week. I fully expect, and my prediction is, AJ will pin John Cena in some sort of retaliation or redemption at Fastlane. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. Cena beat AJ on SmackDown last week. AJ did the favor. John Cena's going to return the favor at Fastlane. That's my prediction there. We all know Cena is headed towards The Undertaker at WrestleMania, so Cena's not winning the WWE Championship. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, what we seen last night in the Fastlane main event for free on SmackDown Live with his Fatal 5-Way, didn't Sami pin Kevin Owens? So it looks like they're tearing away Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. We didn't see much of Daniel Bryan and and Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn lately. It seemingly is coming off on television that WWE is kind of slowly moving away from this storyline because they know it's not going anywhere. So for months, you wasted our time hoping that Daniel Bryan would come out of retirement and make sense of this storyline. Either Shane and Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon in a power struggle on SmackDown Live. None of that's going to happen now. I don't expect Daniel Bryan to come out of retirement 3 weeks before WrestleMania. If that was going to happen, it would have happened last month. And we would have been built on excitement. Oh shit, Daniel Bryan's coming back. He's going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. You're not going to announce something that massive 3 weeks before WrestleMania. So what is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going to do at WrestleMania if they're not involved with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan anymore? Seems like their agenda their priorities are changing. Their direction is changing. 1 week they're against the political bullshit that management is spewing, and now they're feuding against each other. And being that Sami Zayn pinned Kevin Owens last night, it looks like KO is going to want his revenge. That friendship is tearing away. So what are you going to do with them at WrestleMania? Give me a Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens match? Again? Like we haven't seen that 28 fucking times already.
Oh, but JD, this one's at WrestleMania.
What are they fighting over? It's not like I'm invested in their friendship anymore. It's not like I'm invested in Kevin Owens. I'm more so invested in Sami Zayn because of how far he's come as a heel. But what are they realistically fighting over? There's no championships. There's no agenda. There's no management now. So what are you going to do with them? Baron Corbin? I don't know what the fuck's going on with Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. He's got no direction if he loses this match. None! Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton. I don't know what the fuck you're doing with those guys at WrestleMania. What are you doing with them at WrestleMania? Maybe a ladder match? Maybe you make the Money in the Bank ladder match that we should have at WrestleMania. Still don't know why that's its own pay-per-view. Maybe we get a U.S. title ladder match, but what are you going to just throw people in there randomly that have nothing to do with the United States Championship, right? This is what I don't understand. If you wanted to put Ziggler in the U.S. Championship title hunt, he should have remained in the U.S. title championship hunt instead of putting him in the WWE Championship. How stupid is it going to look if Dolph Ziggler's fighting for the WWE Championship that automatically gets thrown in a U.S. Championship title match at WrestleMania? For what? For what? He already had the title. He gave it up to fight for the WWE Championship. Now he's going to go back and fight for the title that he never lost in a ladder match against 5 other fucking guys? And why would he get a U.S. title match anyway when he lost the WWE title? He did nothing in between to even guarantee himself or warrant the WWE United States Championship title match. There's just so many inconsistencies with this fucking show. I could be here all day talking about each division, each feud, and the logic holes that exist. Nothing makes sense. Nothing. Nothing. I don't understand how these people who run this show this lack of care. SmackDown has absolutely nothing going for it going into WrestleMania. Nothing. And it's all because of Fastlane. This is an unnecessary pay-per-view. Unnecessary. I feel like WWE is using Fastlane as almost like a stopgap, like a Band-Aid. Because they know, coming out of the Royal Rumble, if they didn't have another pay-per-view to build towards outside of WrestleMania, that they would have struggled mightily keeping viewers interested in whatever they had planned for WrestleMania with such a long stretch, coming out of the Rumble and waiting all the way till WrestleMania. We don't need a pay-per-view in between for SmackDown Live. The Elimination Chamber, has done enough for us. SmackDown Live has the outlet of SmackDown Live to really put on great shows. Make SmackDown a pay-per-view-esque show one week. You don't need a pay-per-view. Have it all conform around what's going to happen at WrestleMania. The laziness of this show is just mind-boggling. It really is. I'm excited for nothing outside of AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. And the Usos. The Usos have been absolutely the best thing about SmackDown Live. Their work ethic, their promo work, their intensity, their realism. Everything about the Usos is great. But this show, man, I'm tired of complaining about SmackDown Live. I'm really, really starting to get bored. And every time I watch this show, this could be for Raw as well. But at least I watch Raw, and my attention is on what's happening. On SmackDown, my attention is not on what's happening. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for something that doesn't make sense to happen so I could give you fucking this reason, this reason, this reason, and this reason as to why it doesn't make fucking sense. I'm not even watching it for enjoyment. I merely watch SmackDown for the hopes of that they do something stupid so I can come on here and fucking pick it apart. They leave me no choice but to complain. At least with Raw, we get some form of entertainment with Elias or Braun Strowman or something that Seth Rollins is doing, Something that Paul Heyman does. There's no excitement on SmackDown Live. None. Absolutely none. This show started off with Ruby Riott and Charlotte. And they're haphazardly trying to build this program that we know is going nowhere for Ruby Riott. If Charlotte is the one to go against Asuka, which I still claim is going to happen, why would anybody think that Ruby Riott is going to win? Why? Charlotte beat KFC Logan and Liv Morgan, right? Who thinks she's Harley Quinn. Ruby Riott ain't going to do anything. Ruby Riott's the best of the three. Ruby Riott got a great look, decent in-ring performer, very good on the microphone compared to most of the women on the SmackDown Live roster. But Ruby Riott has absolutely no momentum going into this match whatsoever. Nobody expects her to beat Charlotte at all. And the way this promo came out, it was just like they were speaking, I was listening, but I just didn't give a shit about anything that these women were saying. Nothing at all.
Now, November 14th, When Charlotte won the SmackDown Women's title, she became the first superstar to ever win the NXT, Divas, Raw, and SmackDown Women's Championships.
And what business is that of yours? You weren't even around.
And I watched as the myth began to form. The myth that Charlotte Flair was the personification of the women's revolution. And that's why 2 weeks after you won the title, Charlotte, I formed the Riot Squad with one sole purpose: to destroy the myth.
So you formed the Riot Squad. Let me get this straight. You formed the Riot Squad to take out Charlotte, who you had no prior engagement with before you came to SmackDown Live. You formed the Riot Squad, and you chose possibly two of the worst candidates you could to form a stable with. You mean to tell me there was nobody else in NXT that you could have brought with you when you came to SmackDown Live that would be better suited for the Riot Squad than Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan? Are you fucking kidding me? So based on that aspect alone, I take Ruby Riott for a blithering idiot, B, a shitty leader with absolutely no skills of picking back up for herself, and C, her excuse to come to SmackDown Live and take down the myth. For what? You had no prior problems with Charlotte. Yet I'm supposed to believe that you come to SmackDown Live and you're looking to take over the division and you're looking to come and take down the queen from her throne. Why? Why? You didn't give me ample reason as to why you want to take down Charlotte. So, just based on that fact alone, this match and this storyline proves to be worthless.
The only myth that exists about me is that I've been handed anything in my life. I've had to work hard, probably harder than others, because of who I am. And the fact, Ruby, that I have accomplished everything you just said proves that I have transcended any myth about me.
I am not a myth. That is not in my vocabulary. Ruby Riott. Can she sound more natural on the microphone?
And the reality is, I am standing right here. And I am every bit as good as you've heard.
You know what? That's what makes this so exciting, Charlotte. Whether you were placed there or you put yourself there, you're on a pedestal, and all of that is on the line this Sunday at Fastlane.
And you aren't going to win the title. And you
when
have no
I
chance.
take your crown, you will no longer be the queen. Your reality is gonna crumble. And you're just gonna be another bleach blonde failure with a famous last name.
That was the best line of the whole promo. But again, the storyline and the issues that exist between these two stem from jealousy. You can't have everybody go after Charlotte because they're jealous of her background and her pedigree and her last name. That's all I got from that promo. That's all I got from that promo. That means to me that, well, the storyline doesn't exist. We'll just build this one off jealousy because of Charlotte and her last name. I want to take down Charlotte because I think she's undeserving of the spot she has. She was given everything that she has right now because of who she is. Can we move past that, please? Can we move past that and concentrate on Charlotte being the superior female athlete in the division? Okay? You built Charlotte up as this superior athlete, and then you want to kind of erase all that and build storylines with everybody based on the fact that she's a Flair. I don't give a fuck who she is. You built her up as a champion and a legit athlete, and the reason why she's a champion is because of her fucking athleticism and how great she is in the ring. Then prove it. I don't want to have to wait till Asuka challenges Charlotte because Asuka beat everybody else, and Asuka realizes that Charlotte's the best that she hasn't beaten on the main roster yet. I want to see a storyline stem from that. Asuka's not going to use Flair's last name. Asuka wants competition. Bullshit, man. This is why the women's division on SmackDown Live is fucking worthless. Nobody has a fucking brain to book anything that makes sense. Or at least is interesting. Yet I'm supposed to care about Ruby Riott and Charlotte. Fuck out of here, dude. Seriously. Garbage. Bobby Roode comes down all of a sudden. And it looks like Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan are going to attack along with Ruby Riott. We got Bobby Roode's music hits. Bobby Roode has no prior, friendship with Charlotte outside of the mixed match challenge. So everybody thought he was coming down to kind of chase off the Riot Squad. And she stood in the ring taking her robe off. She took her robe off in the ring. Bobby Roode, all he does is go sit by commentary because Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton were about to give us fucking eye cancer. This was trash. This was absolutely trash. Orton sends Sunil over the announce table. The same spot that we've seen time and time and time and time and time again. Booked again in 2018. Good job there, Jesse James. Jinder attacks him. Orton counters and launches Jinder into Bobby Roode. Oh. There we go. Someone in the feud sits by the commentary table and somehow gets attacked on the outside. I haven't seen that one before. Feuds really aren't that much more enhanced with one of the guys sitting at commentary giving me bullshit. I'd rather not see it at all. It adds to nothing. Roode and Jinder go down. Orton brings Jinder back into the ring, goes for a draping DDT. Orton nails it. Orton's waiting for the RKO, so Bobby Roode, like a dumbass, jumps on the apron and distracts the referee. Starts distracting the referee, yells at Orton. Orton slowly approaches him. At this point, Bobby Roode knew that Jinder was behind Randy Orton, and he knew something was going to happen. Like, Bobby Roode didn't know Jinder was getting to his feet behind him. He's going to shove Randy Orton into Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode's going to fall off the apron to the concrete, right? Bobby Roode didn't know that, right? He's looking around like just waiting for shit to happen. And then all of a sudden he stands there like a fucking dumbass. He knows Jinder's behind him. Jinder comes, shoves Randy Orton into Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode falls down. Randy Orton lazily just turns around and walks into a coloss. And then that's it. Jinder Mahal wins. Bobby Roode looked like the biggest fucking dumbass in that moment. Absolutely pathetic. So Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton. Do you expect Jinder Mahal to not be booked on the FASTLANE pay-per-view while everybody else is? Come on, man. Jinder, Randy, Bobby Roode. Triple threat match. So we got a tag team match between the Usos and the New Day that we've seen. That should have ended in Hell in a Cell. We're getting it again because WWE is afraid to build up anybody else outside of the two big teams on SmackDown Live. Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, triple threat match. We got a six-pack challenge, multi-man mania, running wild on Fastlane. Give me a fucking break, dude. This show is utter trash. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are backstage. They have a little go-between. Sami Zayn promises to lay down for Kevin Owens at Fastlane. Yeah, right. So this is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens after the Jinder Mahal Randy Orton match on SmackDown Live.
Hey man, how's it going, man? Hey, listen, I am.
Yeah, why don't you ask Kevin why he blocked me on Twitter?
Which means if I'm ready, I know that means you are even more than ready, right?
Yeah,
right?
I'm ready. But as we said before, this is every man for himself.
Yeah, that's how it's billed.
Yeah, well, 2 weeks ago you said something. It really surprised me. Actually, even shocked me. Do you remember what you said?
What are you talking about?
You said that if it came down to it at Fastlane, you'd be willing to lie down for me so that I could become the WWE champion.
Yeah, I did say that, and I meant it.
Well, look, I gotta say, man, after everything we've been through and everything that's happened between us and how high these stakes are, I almost can't believe that you would do that for me. I mean, it's almost too good to be true, but then again, you're such an amazing guy. Come on. You know that? And if you really meant it, if you would really do that for me, you know what it would mean to me and to our friendship? I mean, look, you're an amazing competitor, one of the best.
No, I know exactly how good, okay? But the truth is, nobody seemed to notice it until I hooked up with you, man. Look, you're the only reason I'm even in this six-pack challenge. I know that. And look, my time will come. There's no doubt in my mind I will be WWE World Champion, but right now...
I hope so.
We need to focus
one day.
Because you're one
I've always thought he was good enough, and he still is good
enough.
enough.
Your dream of headlining WrestleMania as WWE Champion. You are one win away, one WWE Championship away from becoming a Grand Slam champion. Do you know how rare that is?
Yeah.
And Kev, when that happens, man, I'm going to be so proud of you. Look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Thank you.
Wait a minute. A Grand Slam champion. Was Kevin Owens tag team champion? Who was he tag team champion with? Unless I'm drawing a blank or I just went blank. Who was Kevin Owens tag team champion with? If he wins the WWE Championship, he'll be a Grand Slam champion, Intercontinental Championship, U.S. Championship. Oh no, Universal Championship, Intercontinental Championship, U.S. Championship. He didn't win the tag team championship. He didn't win a tag team championship. I don't understand where that line came from. So please, someone correct me if I'm just drawing a blank here.
And yes, at Fastlane, I will lie down for you.
Yeah, but Sammy pinned Kevin Owens in the main event. Sammy pinned Kevin Owens in the main event of SmackDown Live. So Kevin is probably going to do what he can to try and get one over on Sammy, furthering their relationship breaking apart and leading to a match at WrestleMania. So where does that leave Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan? Because Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan have been a non-issue here. They have been a non-issue as both of them are concentrating on getting the WWE title. WWE seemingly has just kind of stepped away and put this Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan issue on pause. So I'm very worried about what Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to be doing at WrestleMania. Because you know they're not going into WrestleMania as champion. And then with this other shit on pause with Shane and Daniel Bryan, it's not going to really lead to anything. So seemingly WWE has wasted our entire fucking 3-4 month span with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, as it will lead to nothing. We knew it was leading to nothing. We always were holding on to a glimmer of hope that Daniel Bryan would get involved in WrestleMania somehow. That ain't the case. I don't expect Daniel Bryan to be at WrestleMania at all. At all. Moving on with the rest of this fucking shit episode of SmackDown Live. Dasha Bot, Android 2.0. She's interviewing Shinsuke Nakamura. She asks about WrestleMania 34, the match with AJ Styles being up in the air due to the six-pack challenge at Fastlane. Nakamura says he hopes AJ wins on Sunday so he can beat him at WrestleMania with a knee to the... He was going to say face, and Rusev and Aiden English walked up to interrupt. Rusev says that Nakamura may have done permanent damage to Aiden's beautiful voice with what he did last week, because Nakamura gave him a Kinshasa. They have some words, and Rusev issues a challenge at Fastlane. Nakamura accepts, and in his best Rusev Day voice, says he will win on Sunday. It will be Nakamura Day. Nakamura walks off, and Rusev seems to be impressed. Impressed that he will be walking away from Fastlane with a huge L on his forehead. There you go, Mr. Rusev. Happy Rusev Day. Or happy Nakamura Day, rather. Carmella versus Becky Lynch. I would be lying to you if I said I was paying attention during this match. I was not, because I don't care. Why should I? Becky Lynch is a non-factor in anything. She's nothing but Charlotte's lackey, and Charlotte's cheerleader. Why would I care about the firecracker? Becky Lynch, the master of the pun. Carmella, on the other hand, she's still employed. Believe it or not, she is alive and still employed. Carmella is still holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. People asking, when will she cash in? Will she cash in? Will she cash in at WrestleMania? The answer is no. The answer is no. She's not cashing in on Charlotte. She's not cashing in on Asuka. And if she does cash in on either one of them, she will lose the briefcase and fail at a cash-in. My prediction for Carmella is that she will still have the briefcase because she has till June. Backlash is in May. I think WWE, if they're having a draft, I think Carmella will be moving over to Monday Night Raw with the briefcase. And I think Carmella will cash in on whomever the champion is on Monday Night Raw. Be it Nia Jax or Alexa Bliss or whomever WWE anoints as the unimpressive queen of that division. I think Carmella will be moving over to Monday Night Raw with the briefcase because there is no set rule, right? And being that the rules now for Money in the Bank are changing this year, WWE has an easy out for them, having Carmella switch brands and able to cash in on a Raw champion. So if she takes the briefcase over to Raw, there really is no guidelines on, it being a SmackDown-only briefcase. Because if she does take it to Raw, she, under the guidelines of this year, being that Money in the Bank is a dual-branded pay-per-view, she's in boundaries of cashing it in on Monday Night Raw. There's no rules. So I think that Carmella will do whatever business she has to do with the briefcase on Monday Night Raw. It will not be against Asuka. It will not be against Charlotte. Simple as that. That's my prediction on that. Becky Lynch wins with a disarmor. What else would you like me to say about this match? Do you want me to go into detail about how great the women's evolution's been and how I can't wait for the women to be given more first-time evers and the fact that I'm so excited to see Carmella back in the ring and how I love Becky Lynch and how I missed her and how I think Becky Lynch is underutilized and should be better used on SmackDown Live? What else would you like me to say about it, huh? Fucking garbage. Fucking waste of my time, man. Why should I care about anything in this match? Carmella's off TV for how long now? When was the last time she was on TV? Does anybody have a statistic? I'm supposed to care about Carmella being on TV, right? I'm supposed to care about Becky Lynch when you've seemingly killed her push, right? She hasn't been in anything meaningful dating back to the last time she fought Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown for Women's Championship. She's been in nothing. She's just floated around in a sea of obscurity for a year. Yet I'm supposed to care about these two performers. Get the fuck out of here, man. Becky Lynch wins with the disarmor. She's got no role at WrestleMania. All the more reason why we're going to get who is it? It's not going to be Mae Young. The Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. Let me go fucking vomit in the corner, please. We got AJ Styles. This was probably the best part of the show. AJ Styles comes out to respond to John Cena's WrestleMania suggestions. No, John, we don't want to see a triple threat match with you and AJ Styles and Nakamura. Please. AJ Styles is responding to John Cena's suggestions for WrestleMania and is interrupted by Mr. Irrelevant himself, the Zigman.
You see, John's not the only one that has a win at Fastlane to pay this.
Intuit Giants maximize your refund with the power of TurboTax and QuickBooks.
And there's an ad in the middle of the video.
WrestleMania. And yes, he did say that if and when he wins, well, I can just have my rematch at WrestleMania. Well, John, that's not what I want. And correct me if I'm wrong, WWE Universe, that's not what you want either.
Of course we don't want it. Why would we want that?
I want my WrestleMania moment, and that's taking the most prestigious championship in the history of our business and taking it to the grandest stage of them all, the main event of WrestleMania and defending it against the best. And he has every right to call himself the best. I want you, Shinsuke Nakamura.
And we want to see it because that's what WrestleMania is about. The best champion
Who would have thought
and the best
Who would've
competing
dreamed
for the championship. That is WrestleMania.
that this match would ever happen in the WWE? So at WWE FASTLANE, I'm not just fighting for myself. I'm fighting for us.
Yes. Yes. And WWE cannot be this
Trust
stupid.
me when I say this. It will be nothing short of phenomenal.
Oh, I agree.
Let me tell you something about these people. The second you let them down, 1 inch, they will all stab you in the back. It happened to me.
Oh, really now? We stabbed you in the back, Ziggy, right? I think this guy's got his, I think he's got some form of dementia or Alzheimer's. You see, we want to see Dolph Ziggler successful. I think Dolph Ziggler has us confused with WWE management. No, Dolph. WWE management stabbed you in the back. They deemed you unimportant. So it wasn't us who stabbed you in the back. It was WWE with the stop and start pushes and the way that they booked you and this and that. How are we supposed to care about you if the people that you work for don't care about you? So maybe you should think about what you said there, Dolph. It doesn't make any sense at all.
It happened to me. Listen, I'm gonna tell you a little story here, kid. I was told to my face, I would never be champion here ever. And somehow, some way, every roadblock that was put in my way, I kicked it down. And every time the rug was pulled out from underneath me, I found a way to overcome it. And somehow, some way, I won Money in the Bank and I cashed in that contract and I became world heavyweight champion.
And you haven't peaked since.
And everyone relished in it. We experienced that momentous moment together.
One of the greatest moments in Monday Night Raw history, yes.
And there's only one catch. They didn't deserve it. These people did what they've done their entire lives. They sat on the sidelines and did nothing. Meanwhile, all the way, I was proving night in and night out that I was the best thing that ever happened to this company. Whether they like it or not, I am. And the fact that this many years have gone by and I proved it every damn night, the fact that I have yet to have one singles match at WrestleMania is criminal.
It really is criminal. I agree with him. We didn't turn our backs on you. WWE turned their backs on you, Dolph.
And them all you want. Those facts don't give a damn about your feelings. So your dreams and their dreams, you can take your dream match and shove it.
So the fact that Dolph, and that's the line there that you guys need to hold on to. The fact that Dolph, and they're mentioning it now, dream match. Everybody knows we want to see this match. It would be stupid for WWE to go against all of that and not give us that match at WrestleMania between Styles and Nakamura. Dolph Ziggler was the best part of the show last night. I don't really understand what he's talking about. You know? We didn't turn our backs on you. WWE turned their backs on you. We didn't. We want to see you succeed. We want to be, we want to be the ones seeing Dolph Ziggler being utilized better. But you haven't. You've been treated like shit. All because you got a new shiny new contract, right? All of a sudden I'm supposed to take you seriously again. You're back on television regularly. I'm supposed to take you serious again with lackadaisical and lazy fucking excuses as to why you went away. Yeah, I'm supposed to care about you. Come on. It's not our fault, Dolph. It's WWE's fault. Moving on here, this led to a match between Styles and Ziggler. Always fun seeing these guys in the ring. Dolph Ziggler is really one of the best at what he does on any brand, probably in the world. He hasn't gotten his fair shake. He really hasn't. This match went nowhere. They gave us what was looking to be a great match, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens interfere. They interfere. They hit the ring and attack both competitors after the bell. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens continue to beat down AJ and Ziggler, talking trash. AJ and Ziggler clear the ring, sending Owens and Sami to the floor. Shane McMahon comes in, and from the stage, he says if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are trying to take out two of their opponents for Sunday, it ain't gonna happen. Shane says they must be feeling the competitive spirit, and since they are in the competitive spirit, they need to turn around and get back to the ring because Shane is making AJ versus Ziggler versus Owens versus Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin in a fatal 5-way. So we're getting the original Fastlane main event on SmackDown Live, minus the new main event of John Cena being included. So WWE wanting to get to Fastlane by giving us the Fastlane main event without John Cena. What am I going to see here that I'm not going to see on Sunday night? Great WWE creative. Great WWE creative. Corbin here. You know, one thing about Baron Corbin, he's starting to get a little bit better, man. Just a little bit. I'm starting to, and the one thing I usually say that I enjoy most about watching talent is to see them progress. Baron Corbin is progressing. There's something about Baron Corbin I always liked. He's got the look, he's got the size, he's got the music, he's got the entrance. If he just works on his promo ability and he works on, you know, I've always mentioned about Baron Corbin, especially when he's in a singles match, you know, I feel like Baron Corbin is much better than what we see on television. Instead of working that big man style, you know, if you're in the ring with a Dolph Ziggler or an AJ Styles, speed it up. Speed it up just a little bit. Work to your opponent's speed instead of just having this same old methodical, slow-paced match because you're the bigger guy. I think Baron Corbin is coming along nicely, and I want to see him succeed because I think he is like a diamond in the rough. He's rough around the edges, but if he hones in on what needs to be worked on, Baron Corbin can be a big player in WWE. You know, it might have been too early to give him the WWE title when we all cried wolf about him being cheated out of the Money in the Bank. But if he starts to mature years down the line, I see big things from Baron Corbin. AJ Styles in this match. I really didn't expect AJ to win this, being outnumbered here 4-1. Baron Corbin grabs AJ. AJ nails him with a big kick. AJ sends Corbin to the floor. Ziggler comes in from behind. AJ catches him and drops him with a kick. Sami running shot to AJ in the corner. AJ takes Sami out with a big reverse DDT. AJ springboards or looks to springboard in, but has to hit Corbin with a sliding knee from the apron first. Ziggler then gets sent to the floor by AJ. Owens and Sami attack, sending AJ to the floor. Sami turns and nails a Helluva kick to Owens. Fans are going crazy at this point. Sami then covers Owens for the win. After the match, Sami sits on his knees, his music going off. Owens is down right next to him. AJ, Corbin, and Ziggler all on the floor, wondering what happened, right? Sami makes his exit as everybody else is looking on. Owens can't believe what just happened. You know, Dasha Fuentes then comes out and asks Sami why he hit Owens. Sami says, why? Why? How about this? Sami says he's the best the WWE has. He has been, without a doubt, been the most underlooked performer, which I agree with. No one else comes close to him. Argumentative. Sami then tells Dasha Bot not to ask him stupid questions. Sami says tonight was not about the WWE title. It was about who is the best. And Sami Zayn proved that. And then SmackDown went off the air. So Sami's not going to win the match. I think Owens and Sami are going to continue splitting away. John Cena's not going to win the match. Baron Corbin has no effect on this match whatsoever on Sunday. It's going to come down between AJ and Dolph Ziggler. And again, I pose the question. What will Dolph Ziggler do if he does not win the WWE Championship? They're making a big deal about Dolph Ziggler coming back and wanting to main event WrestleMania. And if he doesn't win, he's not going to be anywhere near the Nakamura-AJ Styles match. So again, I ask, what is Dolph Ziggler going to do at WrestleMania? I think John Cena is in this match simply to further his initiative about being depressed and not getting a road to WrestleMania. I think AJ, being that he lost clean to John Cena last week, I think John Cena is going to do the favor or return the favor to AJ at Fastlane, and AJ is going to pin John Cena. But this Dolph Ziggler thing, man, he is a dark horse. I'm not letting go of that dark horse feeling that I have for Dolph Ziggler, because I could see WWE throw a wrench into the fucking gears and make another multi-man match for WrestleMania. Because without the WWE title right now, WWE's booked Dolph Ziggler into a corner. What is he going to do at WrestleMania? And if he doesn't win this match, are you going to put him back in the U.S. title hunt? It makes no sense. AJ Styles versus Nakamura is my gut feeling. I think WWE would be absolutely the dumbest fucks ever if that match does not happen at WrestleMania. SmackDown continues to be shit. Logic holes everywhere. Nothing makes sense. The lackadaisical care for this show is absolutely fucking mind-numbingly nauseous. I don't know, man. I don't know. Fastlane doesn't need to happen. WWE seemingly doesn't give a fuck about Fastlane. They're booking this show just to get through Fastlane so that they can finally get to their WrestleMania build with 3 weeks to go. Then again, look at that. Now WWE only has 3 weeks for SmackDown television before WrestleMania. Is Fastlane really needed? Take it off the calendar for 2019. It doesn't need to be there. And I don't need to be here anymore because I'm getting the fuck out of here. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Remember, you guys can get your new Team JD gold foil t-shirt exclusively for the next 12 days on teespring.com. Go get your shirt. Link will be down in the comment section, pinned at the very top. Go get it. We sold 20 yesterday. Beautiful, beautiful fucking movement on that shirt, man. We sold 56 of the last shirt. Let's try and top that. We got 2 weeks to do it. I hope you guys can help out and get that campaign on fire. Make sure you guys do that, man. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. If you missed the Monday Night Raw review, I did on Tuesday. Make sure you guys go and check that out. It's already at 30,000 views. You guys are fucking beast. And I will be back with something, man. We got NXT tonight, right? I'll probably be snowed in if it starts snowing. It looks like it's snowing now. But NXT tonight, we'll go over what happened. I got news on Bobby Fish. He is injured. I got news on what WWE is planning to do with Velveteen Dream. Lots of stuff coming up. So we got NXT tonight. I'll see you guys tonight for NXT. If you guys are on the East Coast, be safe with the snow. And we'll have NXT review tonight after the show goes off the air. I'm JD. Like I said, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tonight for the Yellow Brand on the WWE Network.